Grizzlies forced into impossible decisions this offseason. Like we all know, the Grizzlies were the first team eliminated from the playoffs. A team that was just the number 2 seed a couple months ago tumbled down to the 8th seed and got swept in the first round of the playoffs. And now the franchise faces some of the biggest decisions it could possibly make this offseason in franchise history. Hey everyone, I'm Maya McCoy, and this is Grizzlies Digest, your spot for all things Grizzlies, news, rumors, and everything made digestible just for our viewers. A new coach, a fragile core, a shrinking window, and suddenly, maybe even, as some will say, an identity crisis going on in Memphis. This isn't just about who's coming back, it's about whether Memphis still believes in the vision that they've spent years building. So let's back. In late February, the Grizzlies were the number 2 seed in the West, just like they were the year before. But then it all came collapsing down. We had Ja miss 32 games this season. And right as it looked like they might have been able to steal game 3 from OKC, he goes down with a hip contusion and they blow a 29-point lead and lose the game. And then even in game 4 without Ja, they nearly pulled things off, but they lost by 2, 117 to 115, and just like that, the season came to an end. And as Desmond Bane put it, it's been a very tough year to say the least. And Grizzlies GM Zach Kleiman even said, end quote, 48 wins, good enough for the 8th seed. Who cares? It's not good enough. And he really didn't sugarcoat things in his media day availability. And if you compare that to the past years where the tone was more about patience, growth, and sticking with the core, now it sounds like change is definitely on the table this year. And Memphis, they've only won one playoff series in the past 4 years, and that's just not bad luck. That's a trend. And for the first time, you can feel this front office asking themselves, is this core good enough? And the dilemma is that Ja Morant, Desmond Bane, and Jaren Jackson Jr., they're all under contract and they're all 26 years or younger. And on paper, that sounds like a dream for any team. But the reality is, Ja has missed 49% of the games the last 2 seasons. Jaren became extension eligible, and Bane's locked in on a big deal. And the new CBA punishes teams that keep expensive, fragile core groups together without results. So Memphis has to decide, do you double down and stick with these guys, or cash in on one of these guys and hit a reset button? So there is another piece to this that's harder to measure, but just as important, is the team's identity. The grit and grind era, people begged during this era for more talent, and now it seems like we have that talent, but they don't have the grit. And Kleiman and the players openly talked about this, talking about how they need more dogs, guys who bring the intensity, the defense, and the toughness. Jaren even talked about it in his interview about finding that dog in not only, himself, but just all of them. And Kleiman said, and quote, it's crystal clear that this type of player who overlaps with the team brings success, and that's a guy that they need on the team, a guy with that dog in them. So it's not just who do we keep, it's who fits this group in Memphis, or does the culture have to change too? And interim coach Isalo got a surprising amount of support from players, including Ja Morant, where Ja Morant said in their film sessions they just clicked and they see the game the same way. But Memphis still hasn't made any decisions when it comes to who will be the head coach in the future. Kleiman said he's going to take everything and digest everything and make changes when the time is right. And if Isalo stays, that signals belief in continuality. If they do go with someone bigger, big name coaches like Charles Lee or like a wild card hire, it could mean deeper changes coming. And we haven't even talked about this the building was not sold out for games 3 and 4. And on TNT, the national crew, they pointed that out. There were noticeable empty seats in the FedEx Forum, and that just was not a good look. I mean, in a city where there's only one pro sports team and there's also at least negotiation looming between the Grizzlies and the FedEx Forum, it's just not the best look for Memphis, and that seems to be a little alarming. And Kleiman said that they're focused on trying to make the most of a challenging end to the season, but it's clear that fans are growing frustrated, and unless Memphis regains that spark, this could snowball into a real problem, and those are problems that we do not want. So there's still a lot to like about this team, though. I mean, Ja is a complete superstar when healthy. Jaren's defense is elite. Bane is as steady as it gets, but the Grizzlies can't afford another year of what ifs. In the front office, they see that, and they see that they have decisions to make. They have decisions to make about the coach. They have decisions to make about the core and the culture. And this offseason might be one where we find out if Memphis still believes in that vision, or if it's time to build a new vision. So are they going to hit that reset button? We will see in the coming weeks or months or whatever. But thank you all so much for watching Grizzlies Digest. If you enjoyed this, please hit that like and subscribe button for me and drop a comment. I want to hear your thoughts on what you think the Grizzlies should do this offseason. And until next time, I'm your host, Maya McCoy, and I'll see you in the next video. Until then.